What is up, Heat Nation? I wanted to make a quick video for you today, just kind of going through the basics of holding facials and parties, and just to kind of remind you of the tools that you have and to just kind of give you some basics to give you a little bit of um, bravery and courage to go do those practice makes perfect faces. First of all, the very first thing I want to remind you of is that people will do business with you because of why you do business, not just what you have to offer or what you are selling or the service that you're providing. And so I think it's super important that you lead with your why. So really connect with that. And it doesn't have to be, anything, what you think is super dramatic. It just has to mean something to you. Um, I'll give you some examples. And let me say this, as your career develops, your why or your purpose will change and develop over time, and that's okay. Um, let's say you're brand new and your why is to make extra money for your family. Nothing wrong with that, but connect, what will that do for your family? Are you wanting to be able to cut back hours at a job that you're working, or build a business to where you can stay at home? Whether you're single, married, kids, you want to be your own boss because you want more flexibility to pour yourself into ministries that are important to you, or things like that. Not just to really kind of develop that. Develop your, what we call your I story, but we now kind of want to call that our why story. Why we got started, why we're building this, and why we're going to stay for life. And when you can kind of give a brief, 2 to 3 minute testimonial like that, that will connect your clients to you. Rather than just, it's just another product presentation. So really develop that and work on that. Like for me now, I love to, and you guys can use any part of this as well. I love to serve women and to connect women and to create a kind of a happy place where we can build each other up, and where someone, in this mean world that can be so mean and so much arguing and fighting and all of this, I love to create a place where people can come together and leave feeling encouraged. It's not just outer beauty, but it's inner beauty as well. I also love to serve busy women. I love being the easy button for the clients that I get to serve, and I adore coaching beauty consultants to personal, professional, and spiritual growth. And so, when I can say that I was a young mom working full time, working retail hours, needed flexibility, wanted something different, but didn't have, I didn't have a college degree or a lot of experience. I already knew and loved and trusted the product and the woman that brought me into Mary Kay. And so I just took that little step of faith and got started. Already loved the product, and here we are all these years later. Oh my gosh, halfway to 10 free cars, over 100 beauty consultants on our team all over the United States, and literally hundreds of clients all over the United States. But again, don't worry that your success story is developing. Lead with your why. What's your passion? What are you passionate about? And that's going to really tie your clients to you. Now, another thing is, your best friend is this gorgeous new flip chart, you guys. If you have a flip chart, I really suggest daily practicing with this flip chart. And in my opinion, you don't necessarily want to memorize everything on the pages, but you want to so familiarize yourself with them, read them out loud, so that when you glance down and look at the bullet points, and I would take a highlighter and highlight what you feel like are the power statements. What I've always done my whole career is I think, okay, if I wasn't in Mary Kay, never tried Mary Kay, what would be important to me to know about this? So really, again, daily referring to this flip chart will be everything you need. I mean, the very first page is before the party checklist, what to do as people are gathering. And I really suggest, and I'm a work in progress on not just arriving places on time, but being early, and plenty early, so that you're not rushed. Now, I know sometimes mistakes happen, bad traffic, something happens at home. Give yourself grace. But I think the more that you can pack your go through your kit bag and all of your samples and demos and everything, and really get a handle on what is where before you leave your house, and kind of make sure that you have everything you need. And then once you get there, and let's talk about that for a quick second. Of course, your mirrors and your trays. I really love using real washcloths, so I have huge packs that I've gotten through Amazon. But you also can have the disposable, or use the disposable if you need to remove lipstick and that kind of thing. Keep your color products really, really simple. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more, but make sure you have your sponge tip applicators and your mascara wands, your mascara demo tube, your eye makeup remover, your skincare. A lot of you got CC creams in your kit. You can start with those, but I definitely suggest developing into having a few shades of mineral powder foundation, and even getting the little, what I call the ketchup packets of liquid foundation. That way you've got a variety there. I suggest getting yourself some of the demo eyeliners, and really branching out and getting yourself more lipsticks and lip glosses. And you can, as you start to discover the trends of what are popular, or you can reach out to me and I can give you suggestions. You could even carry some full-size lipstick tubes, because that's more economical for you to just have a spatula or a sponge tip and scrape off a little bit. Obviously, your skincare, your Miracle Set skincare, both formulas, which comes in your kit. You have those strips of the repair skincare that comes in your kit. I really suggest that you make sure you have plenty of those. Next time you order, that's something to add, and at least a full-size set to show. And then eventually, if you're doing a lot of repair facials, it's really more economical to actually demo out of a full-size set. With the clear proof, again, it's nice to have a full-size set to show, but when you're getting started, a good way to be able to demo that is to get the $20 trial kit, and you can start demoing out of that. And then the botanical line, you're mostly going to sell Formula 2 and Formula 3 out of that line, so I would not suggest getting Formula 1 for demo, but I would suggest either getting a Formula 2 set or a Formula 3 set to eventually start demoing. Even if you start with like the cleanser and the moisturizer in either Formula 2 or Formula 3, that would give people that wanted to try that a little bit of a opportunity to kind of feel the consistency of the product. But let me say this, start where you are with what you have. And on Product Central and InTouch, you can pull up and print off a product fact PDF for each of the 4 main skincare lines. And I really suggest you print that off and carry that with you, study it. The company has told us that everything someone would need to make a purchase decision is on those product fact PDFs. So even if you're brand new, it tells you order of application, use up rate, price, the claims and benefits of each product. It's all right there, you guys. So print those off or pull them up on your phone and screenshot them and keep them on your phone. But I think that would be a good thing to have printed off. That way you've got that, because you really want to be able to romance the skincare. That's when people's skin is looking really good, healthy. No matter what color product they're putting on, their look is going to be good. And so that's really, you want to build those skincare clients. Okay, so again, you look on this flip chart, it tells you exactly what to do when you get there. And if you get there, a good 45 minutes early, that way you can, set up each mirror, set up each, the profile card, make sure you have a pen for each person, your applicators, get real cotton balls and put several cotton balls at each spot. If you are demoing repair skincare, go ahead and put a little dish of warm water for them to dip their fingertips in, because that cleanser kind of needs that water to foam up a little bit. And just line everything up I like to take my foundation demos out and just line them up lightest to darkest, just so that my tools and everything, so that my brain isn't frantically digging and here and there, that I can really focus on the women and asking them questions about what their needs are and what's important to them. If it feels appropriate as I go around, I'll lay my hand on someone's shoulder, and just really give that care and attention and service. You almost want someone to leave there feeling like they had almost like had a massage or had this relaxation experience, like they're leaving a yoga class or something. Because again, I mean, you guys know we all as women, life is fast-paced, frantic, hectic. We're wearing a million different hats. And if you can create the atmosphere of, oh, this is just your time to be pampered. And you want to start with that satin hands. And the satin hands is where you take that hand softener just a little bit. It's real concentrated. Have them rub it all over their hands, get it in their cuticles all around, give them a little squirt of the scrub on top of that, and really slap that around good. Rinse off very, very good, and then give them a little bit of hand cream. And when you start with that, before you even really get fully started, they're already excited about the product, and tell them you can do this on your feet, you can do this on your rough elbows, you can take that thick softener and put it on your rough heels and leave it on and put socks on at night. So really learn to romance that, and that's a great warm up before you officially get started. Okay, so you want to encourage them to go ahead and fully fill out the profile card with complete information. As you go along, you're going to lavish praise on your hostess, and you're going to say that she's getting a great deal and a great special for hosting the party, that you're really hooking her up big time. But you're not actually going to say what your hostess special is at this point, because if you say Susie is getting 50% off today, then your guests are going to go, okay, well, let me make my wish list, book my party, and get my stuff off at 50% off. But what can happen then, they're not as tied to that appointment. And then what happens? There's a life crisis, or things get busy, somebody gets sick, they cancel the party, you try to reschedule it, and you've lost that customer. Your best future hostesses are ones that have made some kind of purchase at that initial party. Then they go on to book. So I'm going to go into that a little bit more. But so you're letting them know when you're introducing and thanking your hostess, it's more about really thanking her and lavishing praise on her. Find things about her character or what she does in her community to really praise her and build her up. Again, that is just so rare in this day and age. So really talk about the things that you admire about her character. And then touch on what you're going to do. Really in about hopefully half hour to 45 minutes, we're going to walk you through a basic skincare regimen that's customized for you. We're going to do a little bit of color, and then we'll each chat. I'm going to chat with each of you like in an individual consultation afterwards, just to make sure that I write down your preferences and answer any questions you have. So see, you're already setting the stage for that individual session afterwards when you mention it at the beginning. And again, that's part of you giving, that service that they deserve, that service and attention. You don't want to just finish a party and throw out books and go, okay, does anybody want to buy anything? That is not a professional experience. Okay, so you want to go ahead and set the tone for that. So you, in the flip chart, you want a quick touch on Mary Kay Ash, what a visionary woman she was. You want to proudly, I think one of our claim to fame, because different businesses, different product lines are popping up here and there. But for us to say we have a 53-year track record of proven growth of our product, earning all kinds of accolades, we can be so proud of our product. I think that's really important, and I think, and I know for a fact, people connect with Mary Kay's story that in 1963 it was absolutely unheard of that a woman would start her own company. I mean, it just wasn't happening. And so she was such a visionary, and she was so brave, raised her kids working direct sales, so she knew that type of business, and really sat down to write a book about what she would have done differently, but then all of a sudden realized this is a dream company, and took the skincare products that were in a raw form that she was already using on her own face, and then the rest is history. But I think it's super important to share her story. And you guys, please get out your copy of her autobiography and read it from cover to cover. Make that your New Year's resolution, because then you'll really understand her heart and why she structured things in the business the way that she did. So it's super important. You're going to be able to passionately give a little clip of her story when you really understand it for yourself, okay? And then that's where you share quickly her story, and that's where you then lead with your why you got started, why you love it. And, you can even say, if there's anybody here that, you need that flexibility, that extra income, personal growth excites you, we can chat afterwards, and I can give you more information about the business. So you're just planting a little seed there. Okay. You can touch on the Mary Kay Foundation and about the biodegradable packaging and all the things that we do to help the environment. That we were actually one of the first cosmetic companies to stop testing on animals, and that's important to a lot of people as well. Again, you can go into this and just highlight. It's all right here for you in the flip chart, and you can really set the stage. I love how some of this is worded. It's so brilliant. It's so beautiful. Okay, so then you go into, okay, we're going to start with our skincare. And you guys, you really want to rock solid know the claims and benefits of each of the skincare line products. And of course, you're going to mostly focus on the Miracle Set getting started, and then learn to kind of branch out. You wouldn't, of course, do multiple things at multiple parties unless you kind of already had set that stage to do that. But just really study, again, that product fact PDF and your flip chart, you guys. It tells you everything to say right here and all the claims and benefits of the product. I think the thing that I want to say to you is make sure that you keep it simple, that you repeat yourself several times, because people don't actually retain what you say until you say it several times, and that you make sure they understand the claims and benefits of the product. So for instance, the Miracle Set, before I even have them put it on their face, I have the bottles lined up, and I reiterate, it's so quick and easy. In this set, there's 11 different age-finding and age-preventative benefits in these few steps. And so in the morning, you would cleanse, you would and just use that right in the shower, and give yourself a little shot of day solution with the SPF 35, and then your age-finding moisturizer. And of course, you would talk about the claims and benefits. Then at night, grab that cleanser off the edge of the tub, use your cleanser, little shot of night solution, moisturizer. How quick and easy. I mean, we're talking less than 3 minutes to get 11 different age-finding benefits. So you see what I'm saying? So I show them the bottles, I show them the steps. Then as they're going through it, I do reiterate those steps and how they would do it and how it's just super quick and easy. That's why you don't want to be throwing in a bunch of extra stuff at that first appointment. You can give little teasers and little tempters for, the charcoal mask or the biocellular mask, or, at your follow-up appointment, we can, go into more detail about this or that. But if you're trying to give them everything all at once, first of all, you're not going to have a reason to book them, but they're going to be confused and they're going to think it's complicated. So right here in your flip chart, it just tells you everything. It's all right here, you guys. Just study this. Make this flip chart your best friend. Then you go into foundation. And again, a lot of you guys that have the CC cream, I love the CC cream, and they put that in y'all's hands as new consultants because it's so easy to match. But I really think you need to eventually branch out and get yourself a foundation primer demo tube that you can use at your parties. You wouldn't use that with CC cream because CC has the primer in it. But and get yourself some of the little ketchup packets of the foundations. And I'll just go ahead and spit out in the matte wear and luminous foundation. I feel like in the ivories, even if you just had ivory 5 and 6, in the beiges, even if you had like beige 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then in the bronzes, it's really good to kind of have bronze 1 through 6 because there's such a variation in the undertones. But so you don't have to get everything, but the ones that I just mentioned are the best ones to either buy full-size demo tubes for, or full-size tubes that you can use to demo, or the little ketchup packets on section 2. I think it's important to have that, and here's why. Love the CC cream. The CC cream is whipped, it's smooth, it has SPF in it, but it's rich. It's richer. I mean, because it's a tinted moisturizer. So when you're demoing that, you actually don't want to put the moisturizer on them. You would say, okay, you would use your moisturizer at night and let them do the moisturizer on their neck or the back of their hand, because if they're doing cleanser, day solution, moisturizer, and CC cream, that's a lot of moisture. So unless they're very, very dry, you wouldn't do that. You would do cleanser, day solution, and their CC cream, and then just remind them that that moisturizer is what they would use at night instead of their CC cream. But I personally have tried to wear it because I look at the CC cream on my clients, and I'm like, it's so beautiful. But I go home, and I try it, and I've tried several days just to wear it all day. And you guys know I always say mama needs paint on the barn. You know what I'm saying? I've got to have more coverage than that. Now, the CC cream with a little bit of translucent powder or mineral powder over it looks really, really pretty as well. But still, I'm slightly oily, and I need more coverage. So I wear the matte wear and the mineral powder and translucent powder and concealer. Okay. Speaking of concealer, I think it's a good idea to break out some full-size concealer and eventually have that in your kit as well. Even if you did like a deep ivory and a light beige and then the 2 bronzes, that would give you a good variation. And so and because even if someone's doing CC or mineral powder, sometimes they need that coverage underneath, or if they have a pimple or sunspot or something like that, some kind of discoloration, it's good to show that. So said all that to say, if you don't remember anything else I say, use what you have and start where you are. So if all you have is CC creams right now, use that and determine what shade they would be in the CC cream, and then you can convert that. You can learn to give the claims and benefits of the matte wear, the luminous, and the mineral powder foundation, so that you can take, like if someone's a light to medium CC cream, then you could make a suggestion on what they would be otherwise. Now, in the flip chart, then it does give you the opportunity to quick touch on the other skincare lines, and I think that's super important to do, especially like talking about the clear proof. And again, the power statement for that, it has salicylic acid and benzoyl peroxide, is purposely in gender neutral packaging, so that if you have, a teenage boy or a man in your life, that they're not going to, not want to use it because it's pink bottles or whatever. So it's really important to touch on the other skincare lines, because then again, at your that the repair is aggressive age fighting, not just fine lines, but fights deep lines, firming, smoothing, lifting the jawline. That way at your individual consultation, if they tried the miracle set at that initial time, but they're like, what, I really want to get together and try that aggressive age fighting, or what, I've got a teenage son, I really want to get the clear proof or the trial clear proof. So you see, it's really important to let them know what you have to offer. Something else that I feel like it's important to mention at the beginning at the very beginning, and I didn't want to miss this, and I'm sure it's in the flip chart, but is that there's a 100% guarantee and that you do accept Visa, Master, and Discover. And you guys, it's super important you go ahead and get your website set up and that you get that connected to ProPay. This, just in the day and age that we're in, having an online presence is absolutely necessary in business. And we're going to be talking more in the future about different ways to promote that and get your name and your voice out there. But you got to have it. And so it's super important to go ahead and get that in place. But my point is, when you share with them, I have a 100% guarantee. So if you get something from me, you're not happy, I will exchange, I will return, make sure that you are totally satisfied. And just so you know, this appointment's complimentary, but if I tempt you, I do accept Visa, Master, Discover, check, or cash. Okay, so it's important to say those things because they might be thinking, what if I get this? I've never tried Mary Kay before, I'm not sure. You're overcoming objections by going ahead and sharing that there's a 100% guarantee. And you guys, the company totally backs us up and sends us a brand new product to sell to somebody else. So we're not going to lose anything by offering that 100% guarantee. And then again, the Visa, Master, Discover, they might be sitting here going, oh, if I was at the clinic counter, I could use my Visa. Well, now you just took away that objection that you're set up to take cards, and people are always really happy about that too. So make sure. Now, something really important throughout your presentation, you want to say the words follow-up appointment at least 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. So every time you're presenting something, you want to say, this is the cleanser you're using today, claims and benefits, da da da. But you know what? At your follow-up appointment, we'll make sure that you're really happy with the skincare that you tried today, and we can let you try some other things and some other supplements. Here's your CC cream, blah, 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 claims and benefits. At your follow-up appointment, if you want a more full coverage foundation, or maybe you feel like you need to adjust the color, we can do that. And just constantly be looking to say follow-up appointment, so that by the time you're done and you're at that individual consultation, it's going to lead right into booking that follow-up appointment to be shared with friends. And that's how you book from bookings. Okay, so super important to do that. Also, by the time I'm done with the skincare, that's where I stop and I say, okay, take a minute and lift up your mirror. How does your skin feel so far? And flip over your profile card for me. And you want to have a basket of like those trial hand creams wrapped maybe in like cello with a little ribbon, very inexpensive, or you can even pick up at the dollar store little brushes or eyelash curlers, stuff like that. And you want to have a basket of freebies. And so after the skincare, before you go into any color, you want to stop and you want to say, the heart of my business runs on referrals, and it is my passion to build my client base and be the easy button for busy women everywhere. Take a minute, flip over your profile card, because once they fill out that profile card, don't collect them back up. You want to leave them at the tray. That way, as you determine what foundations are good for them or colors are good for them, you're making a record of that on the back of that. So leave that at each tray. Let me say this too. I want to make sure I say this. Don't put anything with pricing down during the party. And during the party, you're not going to talk about any pricing, because whatever price they hear first, that's where their brain sticks. Okay, so don't put lookbooks out. Don't put anything out with pricing. And if people ask you pricing questions throughout the party, just go, oh, I'm going to go over all of that when we're finished. I'll go over all of that. So, oh, dang it. I lost my train of thought. I knew I was going to do that if I jumped. We were talking about, so referrals. So you say, the heart of my business runs on referrals. My specialty is loving on and serving busy women. Who do you know that I could check in with and offer my service and give them a book and bring them a sample? So you can flip over your card, and if you write down, 5 names and numbers for me to check in with, you can take a freebie out of my basket. 1, 2, 3, go. Now, a couple different things are going to happen. People are going to go, oh, yeah. Now, I want you to listen. What I did not say is, who do you know that wants to book a party? Who do you know that wants to buy Mary Kay? Who do you know that wants to sign up in Mary Kay on my team? I didn't say any of those things because there's a process to working those referrals. There's a reason for all of this. So, who, you know, the heart of my business runs on referrals. My specialty is loving on and serving busy women. Who do you know that would benefit from my service that I could just contact and get a book in their hands and a sample? And flip over your card. We won't take a ton of time on this, and you can take a goodie out of my basket. Now, you're going to get some people that whip out their phones. Oh, good, I get a freebie. You could even do like a full-size hand cream or like a full-size lip gloss and say the one that writes down the most names and numbers, 5 or more, gets the big prize, and kind of get them hustling a little bit. Or if everybody kind of goes, oh, I don't know, everybody I know is here, or just don't let that rattle you. You just go, oh, it could be a stay-at-home mom, it could be a coworker, it could be a girlfriend, it could be someone you know that maybe wears a little bit too much bright eyeshadow and you want to help her kind of tame down her look a little bit. It could be a grandmother. It could be a college student. It could be church friends. I mean, just keep doing that until somebody writes down some names and numbers, okay? And if for whatever reason they don't start writing down names and numbers, just go, you know what, as we go along, if you think of somebody, go ahead and jot them down and you can take something out of my basket. That is so powerful, because if you can learn the skill of gaining referrals from every appointment, even if it's just a single facial, you still want to do that. You're never going to have to feel like you have to find people. People are going to lead you to more people, And there's a sheet. I'm not going to do the training right this second, but I'll post the sheet with this on how to work those referrals. Maybe I'll touch on it real quick. I don't want this video to be too much longer. Okay, so then you go into color, and you got to keep, even if you have a kit with every color, everything, you want to keep it really, really simple, because you want them to have their brain locked in, first of all, on skincare, because that's your most sustainable, your biggest reorders, your biggest benefits are coming from that. So you want to keep the color, today we're just going to do kind of a more dash out the door look, and you guys have those beautiful color cards in your kit. You can just say, here, we're just going to follow the instructions right here on the card, and just keep it really simple. And again, I'll do a color one in more detail, color video at another time. I do have some makeup tutorials on here, but keep the color really, really simple. And then once you're finished, you want to, because I think this is where new consultants go, okay, now I don't know how to say, give me your money. You know what I mean? So once they're totally done with their simple color look, their dash out the door look, you want to say, okay, this appointment's totally complimentary, but in case I've tempted you, I do want to show you some suggested sets that I have to offer. And then I'll have you guys look at some books, and we'll get together for those individual consultations so I can write down your preferences and answer any questions you have. So go ahead and take your mirror and hold it out like this, up and out. And what I go, okay, let's do compliment time. So I go around to each one, and I don't say the compliments. I have them compliment each other. So I say, okay, what does everybody like best about Jane? And then I say, Jane, what was your favorite thing you tried today? And I go around the table like that. Then they're reinforcing to each other what they loved. And then I say, okay, let me tell you about a couple of specials. And what I do is the repair set. And again, I don't say the repair set retails for $205. I say the repair set is $205. And my special today is, when you start with the repair set, you get the roll-up bag for free, the travel roll-up bag, and your foundation for free. The miracle set is $95, and I kind of go back over each step, real quickly. When you start there today, you get your foundation for free. And then also on the placemats, it has the cleanser and the moisturizer for $44 from the miracle set. I say if you start there, you can have your foundation for half price. And then also with the clear, so I just do those three because it's important not to throw a bunch of stuff out there at them at this point. But I will tell them if they start with Clear Proof or Botanical that they get a half price foundation, any one they want. If they want CC, mineral powder, liquid, whatever. So that's what I've been promoting ever since they came out with the new placemats, and just keeping it simple and keeping the focus on skincare. So, and then you say, okay, you know, Susie Hostess, you try to grab the one that seems either the most anxious, they got to get home because they put their kids to bed, or the one who seems the most excited. And then you grab her and you say, okay, come with me and we'll chat with you first. Okay, let's start our individuals. Hostess, you can go ahead and get out the refreshments. And to keep them busy, I say, you know, if there's anything that you tried that you know for sure you either want today or you want in the future, and at this point, this is where I give them the lookbooks to go ahead and write that down on the back of your profile card. So they're already writing that down on their profile cards. So you've already designated a place for that individual consultation. And so this is where you try to sit a little bit lower than them so that you're not like over them like this, because that comes across real aggressive. And you just say, and you want to make sure you've got your calculator, your date book, your sales tickets. Again, you've already kind of laid all of that out when you got there 45 minutes early, so you're not digging and trying to figure out where stuff is, okay? And then you just say, you know, did you have a good time? How does your face feel? Good, good, good. Do you have any questions for me at all that you can think of? And don't be afraid of that, you guys. If they ask you a question that you don't know the answer, just say, that is a great question. I'm going to write that down. I'm going to either call the company, call my sales director, research, and I'll get back to you tomorrow with the answer. That's totally professional. There's nothing wrong with that. But 9 times out of 10, they'll be like, you know, which lipstick did you like on me? Or do you really like the mascara? Something like that. And then you just say, which set would you like to start with tonight? And you don't talk. You do not say a word, because again, at this point when we're nervous, we go, which set would you like to start with tonight? Because I know you're on a budget. You might need to go home and ask your husband. Blah, blah, blah. You know, you guys, these women go to Target, Walmart, Dillard's, you know, go buy Michael Kors purses and expensive shoes, and they're not groveling, asking their husband every time they go get their hair done or whatever. They just go get what they need and want. So you just say, which set would you like to start with tonight? And you just wait until she answers. And she's either going to say what she wants, and you just quietly start writing up the sales ticket. Always add the sales tax from where you live. Or she'll kind of go, I'm not sure if I want to start with a set. And then you can say, look, let's crunch numbers. What do you most love and want to get started with? You know, or if she can't make a purchase at all, say, hey, if money were no object, what would you have gotten? And then you can go into booking. But do not go into booking until she absolutely makes a buying decision. So, you know, don't sit down with her and go, girl, if you book a party, you can get that miracle set for half price. No, no, no. You want to make the sale so that she's using some product, excited, seeing the results, getting compliments, so she's motivated to hold that party, that follow-up appointment, to share with more friends and get more stuff. Okay, super important, you guys. So you write up your sales ticket. Now, if she was really decisive, you still want to say, was there anything else? So let's say she says, I want the miracle set. You say, great, write it up. Was there anything else? Yeah, throw that mascara on there for me. Okay, was there anything else? Oh, let's see, where am I at? You tell her total. Yeah, I really want that lip gloss too. Great. Was there anything else? No, I better stop there. Okay? So you close out the sale, and the way you say, you may pay me now, is to say, how would you like to take care of this? Visa, Master, Discover, check, or cash? And she'll tell you, you know, and just write on the sales ticket. You can fill out this stuff for the card information. If she's making a check, make sure you remind her to make it out to me and not Mary Kay. And give her receipt. If you've got the product, give her the product. And then you say, you know what didn't you get today that you'd love next, either free or at a discount? And she'll tell you, and you'll have her profile card right there. Oh my gosh, I really love the set in hands. I'd love to get my compact. Just say, you know what, at every appointment, I always choose a couple of women that I'd like best for my future hostesses. Is there any reason why when we get together for your follow-up appointment, you couldn't share that appointment with those? Look at, you wrote down these names and numbers when I asked for referrals. Let's get them together and get your compact for half price or even free. We'll have a ball. So do you see how that all works together? You plant the seed at the beginning that there is a special, but you're not saying what it is necessarily. You are asking for referral names, and then at the end, you're closing the sale. So she's on the product, excited about the product, but then saying, what are we going to get next? And I'm going to help you get it for half price or free. Okay, and then you can say, you know, if she wrote down those names, why don't you, here's your ladies right here, you know, so she doesn't say, well, I don't know who I'd invite. Here's your ladies right here. Now, the cool thing is, let's say she says, don't want a party, never going to have a party, blah, blah, blah. That is fine. Hey, if you'll do me a favor, let your girlfriends know that you had a great time today, and then I'll be reaching out to them to offer my service to them, and just how much fun you had. Give me a good recommendation. I would so appreciate that. So even if you didn't get the booking, now you've got her recommendation, and you've got all those new people to contact that are a warm contact, okay, that you're getting a good recommendation for. See how cool that is, you guys? So then the last little thing, and I don't want to go, I mean, I could go into coaching, I could go into pre-profiling, I could go into so many different things, but but let me just say this. You do want to plant a seed for, you know, if you really liked her and you could see her representing our company well, you could say, you know what, could you ever see what I'm doing to either make extra money or turn it into a career? And no matter what she says, you want to have maybe just a little bit of literature to give her, and just say, you know what, I'd love to just give you an extra product just for listening. We can either get together over coffee or about 20 minutes over the phone. When are you least busy that we could sneak that in? I'd love to give you information about how our company works. If it's for you, great. And if it's not, you may refer someone to me who would be good. When are you least busy that we could sneak that in, and see if you can't book an interview with her right there while you're already face to face, okay? That's an overview, you guys. Get familiar with your flip chart. I do want to say this, prior to the party, there's something called pre-profiling, and I'm gonna post this. I'm gonna touch on this real quick, and then touch on how to work the referrals real quick. No, I'm gonna do the referrals on a different one because it's too much. But once you actually have a party booked, then you want to say to the hostess, hey, if I can reach out to everybody beforehand and find out their skin type, what kind of colors they want to try, and kind of what questions or concerns they have, that will help me be so much more organized. So, if I can give you about 24 hours, if you would text me back that list of names and numbers, and I can either text them, let them know that I'm going to be contacting them, asking them for their information, and, even say to the hostess, hey, let me quick get your information from you. What's your skin type? Are you normal, dry, combo, or oily? What kind of foundation coverage do you prefer? Do you like neutral colors, or do you like a little bit more brighter colors? And do you have any questions or concerns about your skin? And say, that's exactly what I'll be asking your ladies. So that'll help me just be so much more prepared. Now, that is true. That is going to help you be more prepared. But also think about it. Let's say you book a party, and then she reaches out to her people and says, hey, we're going to have so much fun at my makeup party. My Mary Kay girl is going to be contacting you to find out your skin type and your preferences. So make sure you text her back or call her back with that information. And then you're in contact with the hostess the whole time. And then you say to her, hey, 24 hours before the party, go ahead and go back and give everybody a little reminder text. When you're doing that, you're not going to have a surprise attendance. Even if you reach out to those women with the pre-profile questions and they don't answer back, they're going to get the initial invite from the hostess. They're going to get that professional touch from you, showing that you're going to personalize things for them, and then they're going to get one more reminder call. So it's just like a professional dentist or doctor's office anymore. They will send you a reminder text, or give you a reminder call. So when we do that on the front end, that's going to ensure a better attendance results. Even if you don't contact them or make a connection with them before the party, they're going to be more reminded and excited about what's going on. So that's super important. And again, I've got a sheet. Everything I just said is totally scripted out. And then I've got another sheet for working those referral names, you guys. So hopefully this helped. Give me some feedback, what you think. I hate that this is 45 minutes. I was going to try to make it a little shorter for you guys. But if you don't remember anything else I say, get into action. Sometimes you're going to nail it. You're going to have so much fun. And sometimes, I still make mistakes and forget things. And, you want to be real and relatable too. But getting together with people over the product, your confidence is going to grow. You're going to just create this snowball, this ripple effect that is going to bring more people to you, more clients, more reorders, more team members, more bookings. And it's just going to become this beautiful thing, you guys. I cannot imagine 24 years of being in Mary Kay. I cannot imagine not being in Mary Kay. I cannot imagine not being a sales director. And I started just like you, a little nervous, a little scared. I still get nervous, but I was willing to put myself out there. We have an amazing company, an amazing product. It's a department store quality brand for our clients with a lower retail price and awesome service. You are offering them something really great. And so until next time, I'd love comments. I'd love any feedback. Hopefully this was helpful to you. Let's go out and just paint the town beautiful. Okay? Love you guys.